And thank you everyone for joining in. I know how exhausting it is to work as a teacher, as an educator on a weekday, and then at the end of the day, uh, joining a workshop, agreeing to contribute towards one's own professional development, taking this step, this initiative. It's highly commendable. And I respect, this is one of the many things I respect about educators, that they're deeply invested in their professional development. Now, I'm assuming that all of us here are educators. It could be, there could be somebody who is not an educator, but would like to learn Pear Deck as a presentation tool. So that's also perfectly all right. And you also have a lot to learn, and this will benefit you. So this session is about making learning, thinking and learning visible with tech, integrating Pear Deck for active learning. So as I said in the beginning, that this is for mostly, I'm assuming there would be educators, but there might be people from other walks of life who present and who teach learners. So I would like to know, who is your audience? What is the age group of the audience or your learners that you cater to mostly? So could you please write an answer to that in the chat? High school. Okay, great. 9 to 12. Excellent. Elementary, perfect. College. Oh, study abroad university students. Okay, great. So we have people who engage with learners from all age groups. ECE. Oh, that's cool. Okay, wonderful. Let's go now. Let's begin. Okay, so as a trainer, I would like to briefly tell you about my background, and why I asked you about age of learners will also come in. You will understand the context of that as well. So I hold an MA degree in Islamic Studies and a bachelor's in computer science. I'm a certified teaching and learning, a certified Cambridge educator in teaching and learning, and I'm also accredited as a program leader by Cambridge for teaching and learning with digital technologies. So I'm basically a master trainer by Cambridge for teaching and learning with digital technologies. My professional experience includes teaching experience as an educator for over 2 decades. I started with teaching ECE, early childhood education, very young kids, ages 3 to 4. And then I moved on to elementary school, then high school, and my last 10 years were focused on middle school, which is years 7, 8, and 9. So in that experience, I also served as a head of department at my institute, and I also offered Cambridge courses for teaching and learning with digital technologies. Besides that, I was also a professional development lead for my school. Then in the last year, before opting for master's here, I worked as a curriculum and instructional designer, where I helped clients from across the globe design learning experiences and also help them customize their curriculum instead of just settling for standardized curriculum. I also offer guidance to educators on LinkedIn, via LinkedIn, educators who want to upskill themselves, or to instructional and design roles, or who want to work in remote settings, or who want to learn about AI in their practice. I also offer workshops, in person and virtual both. After I've moved to Canada, I'm offering only virtual workshops so far on AI, technology, wellness, modern pedagogy, just to name a few. Okay, so seeing teachers here, educators here from all different learner age groups that you teach is just reminding me of my entire journey. I've taught adults and adolescents and very young children and very, very young children as well. So it's a mix of feelings that you experience with each different type of different age group. So I can totally relate. Okay, before we begin, this is my first prompt for you. What do you wonder about today's topic? But I don't want you to write the answer in the chat. I would request you to rather join Pear Deck. So you're going to learn about Pear Deck, but I'm going to try and teach you Pear Deck via Pear Deck. So through Pear Deck, you'll be able to see what your students will experience. So I will give you a code and I will also give you a link. You can join through any. As you're seeing my screen, you're also seeing how I'm doing this, but I'll have a complete handout after this to let you know how you are going to do it for yourself. Okay, so you can see a code here. You can go to joinpt.com and type this code. I will also put the link in the chat for those of you who wish to access this via chat. Okay, so far there is one student connected. I can see the students connected. You can also see my screen. I'm sharing my screen and you can see there's one student connected. So you have to go to joinpt.com in your browser, open a new window, write joinpt.com and write down this code. Or there's a link I've put in the chat for you. You can just click on that link and you'll be able to join my Pear Deck class. Okay, great. We have 3 students. If anybody is facing any problem accessing, you can unmute yourself and you can ask or you can write in the chat. Okay, great. I'll start the class, which is the Pear Deck class. Okay, now you are seeing my screen, but in the Pear Deck window. All right, now this is the prompt here. And what do you wonder about today's topic? And you have a place on your Pear Deck screen where you can write a response to this. Yeah. Okay, I'm showing your responses. They're appearing anonymously, and you can see what others are typing. English language learners, yes, that's a subject-specific question. Good. There is something in Pear Deck for everyone. What is Pear Deck? Very good question. I'm curious how it can be used in my unique situation. Elementary students in grade 1. Yes, they can. Level of interactivity and gamification. Yes. Making thinking visible mean. Good question. Okay, so we have all the responses. I'm going to now move on to the next slide, and all your questions will be answered as we towards the end. Okay, so let's first go through the objectives of the session. Understanding why it is important to make thinking visible. That's also going to answer what is visible thinking. Making thinking visible in your current lessons through Pear Deck. Fostering active learning, collaboration, metacognition, and assessment for learning. And then finally, using Pear Deck tools to create interactive lessons. So there's something for everyone here, whether with whichever grade you're teaching or with whichever subject you're teaching. Okay, so what do you think why do you think visible thinking is important? Or what do you think visible thinking is? I'm sorry, there's a little typo here. I'm just going to fix that. Okay, it's fixed on the main slide, but I will have to refresh it to fix it here. Okay, so I'll look at the responses now. To help show the process, we can learn from each other, be accountable. Visible thinking is to know, okay, some people are typing. We'll wait for them to finish. Like a visual repertoire. Okay. Very good. Yes. So that we know our students' thought processes. So when students articulate their thoughts, it helps teachers and students both identify misconceptions. That's why we know what they are thinking. It also fosters deeper learning, and it helps students reflect and us see what is their thinking process. It also promotes collaboration in the classroom. The way you people are responding right now, so it's enabling collaboration. Also, it supports formative assessment. You're able to see, and then you can adjust your instructions accordingly. It's also real-time feedback, plus increases engagement. So these are the various ways in which visible thinking helps teachers. When teaching and learning are visible, there's a greater likelihood of students reaching higher levels of achievement, by the famous John Hattie. So let's watch this video. You will be able to understand what Pear Deck is and what can Pear Deck do for you, and we will take on from there to learning Pear Deck actually. But let's first watch this short video to understand what Pear Deck is.
Hi there. Imagine you can engage every student in your class every day. What if you could instantly see who's confused and who's ready for more? That's the power of Pear Deck. With Pear Deck, you can transform presentations into classroom conversations. Pear Deck is easy for everyone to use, from teachers to co-teachers to students. Here's how it works. Pear Deck lets me add interactive assessments right into my presentations. There are pre-made templates for me to pick from, or I can create my own. As students interact with a lesson, I can see responses in real time to offer feedback or adjust instruction. Pear Deck supports proven instructional strategies, resulting in more effective teaching and improved student outcomes. It makes the classroom more welcoming, inclusive, and fun. Okay, so I know what you're thinking. You've probably helped your students navigate new tools and download new apps. It can feel a little overwhelming, but all you need to use Pear Deck is a web browser and Wi-Fi. First, students will visit www.joinpd.com. On that page, they'll be asked to log in using a unique 6-digit join code. It helps to make sure the online learning environment is safe and secure. Teachers may also provide a link directly to the session. And with Pear Deck's new Google Classroom add-on, teachers and students can access interactive Pear Deck presentations directly from within Google Classroom. Okay, good to go. I'll take it from here. Today, we're learning about volcanoes. Woohoo! Try Pear Deck for free at peardeck.com and start engaging every student every day.
All right, so I hope this gives you some idea of what Pear Deck is and what it can do for you. What do you think Pear Deck will assist you in? That's my next question. So after having watched the video, now relating it to your own unique situation, to your learners, to your subject, what do you think Pear Deck can assist you with? If you could type the response on the Pear Deck response bar. Yeah. Engaging students. Yes, who are reluctant to speak up. Yes. That's very common, but a very important aspect of teaching, and it's a real challenge for teachers to make reluctant students speak up. Here, students feel safe, they just have to type, they don't feel they are being put on the spot. Improve student collaboration. Yes, you get to see what everyone is thinking. Motivated. Yes, that keeps them motivated, keeps them busy, keeps them active. It's a tool for active learning as well. Know where students are in their learning so that you can always adjust your instructions. And this is what teachers are doing in their lessons, adjusting instructions as per the students' responses. Okay. Now, just a few things to let you know before we start with actually implementing and seeing and getting on the technical sides of things. Pear Deck, as you have seen in the video, is a Google Slides add-on. So it's not a new app. It's not a software. You don't have to worry about installation as such. It's just a Google Slides add-on, and it's very simple to add on to your Google Slide extensions. I will just show you how, and you will also be able to see following the steps in the document. Next point is that Pear Deck has 3 tiers. And the first and the basic tier is free, and then there's a premium one. I always have used the free tier. I'm not teaching you Peer Deck because I'm being paid by them as such. There's nothing of that sort. It's just that I found this tool very interesting during my practice as a teacher and as a trainer, and I used it extensively with adolescents and with adults as well, and with young children also. So I've seen that its benefits firsthand. I've witnessed them. So I like to empower educators, and I have found this tool very useful. That's why I was interested in offering this workshop to other educators who can benefit from it. Then as I told you, it has a free and it has a premium tier, a paid tier as well. I found the free one sufficient enough for my needs. I never felt the need to, as such, go for a paid one. But if you would like to, you can pitch it to your school, to your institution, and maybe ask them if you feel the need to go for a paid version of it. Okay. One more thing. You might be wondering if your students need to have devices in order for you to use Pear Deck. So if you want your students' responses in real time, your students will need to have devices. The way you logged into a session, they will have to log into a session, but Pear Deck can also be used asynchronously. So if your students are young, or you're in an institution where your students do not have their own devices, or you do not want them or like them to use their own devices, then you can assign tasks asynchronously via Pear Deck as well, while you can use Pear Deck as just a presentation tool in your classrooms. Okay, let's go. So follow steps 1 to 10, 1 to 5 in the document. I will give you a link. The link is here as well. So before showing you the document, access to the document, I will just like to show you how I went to Pear Deck when I was in the beginning of the session. I'll just show you that quickly. I will end this session, the current Pear Deck session. I will go to my slides here, and you will be able to see. I have come out of the slideshow mode so that you can see my screen. So you go here you have to open a current Google Slides presentation. A presentation which already has slides, or even a blank presentation, that's okay. You will go to extensions. You will go to add-ons, and you will have a complete list. When you go to add-ons, there will be a list. There'll be thumbnails of different add-ons appearing. You will write Pear Deck for Google Slides add-on if it's not showing up for you, and you're going to add it. You will have to give it all the permissions to be accessible, for it to access your slides. So and that's how it will be set up. Once you've done that, you will just go to any Google presentation and Google Slides presentation and go to extensions, and you will click on extensions, Pear Deck for Google Slides add-on, and open Pear Deck add-on. When you do that, the Pear Deck add-on, the Pear Deck menu bar appears in your sidebar, the way it's appearing for me over here. You can see on the right side. So right now, only steps 1 to 5 from this document. I'm just sharing the link of the document in the chat. And I have the document open on my screen as well for you. So you can go to the chat and access the document through the link, or you can just follow the steps you can see on my screen. Okay, just a little reminder, just steps 1 to 5 for now. Thank you for the thumbs up. I was just starting to get worried if something is wrong and people are not able to access Thank you, Megan. Anyone else? I would like to see a show of thumbs up, please, if you have successfully added the Pear Deck Google Slides add-on. Let's move on to the next steps. Okay, the next I'll tell you in the document what you need to do. And first I would like to show you over here on my screen. Now I have a Google, you should have now this sidebar appearing on your Google Slides presentation screen. So there are two ways Pear Deck can benefit you. The first that I would like you to try is, instead of getting started quickly, you go down, make your lesson interactive, and choose an existing lesson that you have, or even if it's a blank slide, it's okay. If it's a blank presentation, it's okay. You can click on these options and see how text appears for you, how poll, number, website, these first four. The draw, draggable, and audio, they have sadly now just assigned it for the as premium features. So just for the premium users, they have been assigned, and the users who are accessing the free version are not able to. But text, poll, numbers, and website these are also good enough options, and you can add them to your slides, to your current slide, and you will see how your slides change and how can they become interactive. Also, besides these four, you have slide templates over here. So if I go to a slide template, there's a huge library of around 50 slides. There's a lesson builder, beginning of lesson, during lesson, end of lesson. I can choose critical thinking, emotional learning, and whichever Samad, science, whatever I choose, there are other slides. There are templates here that I can add. There, for example, I'll show you. So we are during a lesson, and during a lesson, I can, for example, add this, summarize what you've just learned. Is this statement true or false? Or even I can ask you, I can let you have a stretch break. So I can include this right now, and this will be added to my Pear Deck here. So I have the lesson that we were in, I just closed it. Had we been in the Pear Deck session that we were in before, you would have seen this on your Pear Deck screens appearing. Right now, that session is closed. But if I open another session, you will be in real time. I can add slides that I want to in my these ready-made slides in my session. So this is just one that I added from one during lesson title, but there are many others, beginning of lesson, end of lesson. So what I told you is that one way to add new slides with prompts, ready-made slides and prompts there and there, is make your lesson interactive and add these, or go down and add a slide template from here. These two things I just told you. Another way Pear Deck is going to help you is that you can ask Pear Deck to create lessons for you. And this is a new addition because of AI, things have changed. I've used Pear Deck for 3-4 years for now, and this is something new. So you can generate an instant Pear Deck. Generating an instant Pear Deck means that you have this window appearing in front of you. Create instant Pear Deck. You can type a topic, you can choose a grade, you have advanced options to choose a subject, and then choose lesson type, whatever you want, a full lesson, a targeted instruction, or end of class exits. And you will have, in a few minutes, you will have a complete lesson in front of you that you can use. So for example, I'll show you a lesson I created using this yesterday, where I was just exploring and practicing. I created this math lesson for grade 5. So you can see how many slides. It gave me 15 slides for grade 5 learners on fraction. Not 15, it's rather 20 slides. So it created this lesson in just a few minutes. Okay, so I have showed you what you can do with Pear Deck, and now it would be great if you could try it. So what's the next step? The next step would be to go into the document and follow step 6, 7, 8, and 9. The 9th step, 8th and 9th, will help you start the lesson. So with 6 and 7, with 6, you can customize your lesson, and with step 7, you can generate a lesson. Okay. Now, before I send you off for this, what I would like to do is that I would like to put you in breakout rooms. So instead of practicing alone, you will have somebody there with you. You will have a few people with yourself whom you can talk to, have a virtual coffee chat while you work. Someone who has aced it, someone who's already ahead can help others. Someone can be a brave person and share their screen and lead others while they are creating something. So this will be a fun and engaging and an interactive way for you to practice with others instead of just being alone and on your own. Okay, great. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you had some good time exploring and playing around with Pear Deck and found some useful features for your learners and to save some time for you, to make your lesson interactive, to help you create new lessons. So I have opened a new Pear Deck session for the last two slides. I would just like to take your feedback and then we can have a quick question answer session. So if you could join quickly, joinpt.com, it would be great. And put this code. I can also share the link again in the chat. Great, there's one student connected. I will start the class so that you can start typing your responses here. This is a slide which you can also add in the end of your lessons. What did you like? What didn't you like? What was hard? What was easy? I will start showing the responses and it's a safe space to say what your actual feelings, because whatever you respond, it's anonymous. Yes, and you can add interactive components on the fly. You feel you need something, your students need to stretch big, you need to take a quick feedback on something, you can there and then add a ready-made slide. Yes, there can be issues if Google is difficult to access from your location or internet is slow. And that can be a big time saver, getting lessons made. Okay, great. Thank you for your responses. The slides had a lot of words. Okay. So, yes. So if you're using the slides that have the Pear Deck has created for you, then it could be a problem. But if you have not used Pear Deck to create your slides for you, and you have created your own presentation, you can always use some templates from Pear Deck that suit your learners' age group. Also, what you can do is that you can write the prompts yourself and you can make those slide and make any slide up an interactive Pear Deck slide for your learners to respond. So that's also an option. And for young learners, what you can do is you can also assign this as an asynchronous task for homework or for as a home task or an assignment. Step 10 in the document shows you how to do that. You can assign it as an assignment on Google Classroom, and for that you have to choose student paste mode and mode and share the link. And with that student paste mode, you can also then have differentiation. You can have three different presentations for maybe your basic or your advanced or your intermediate learners. Okay, wonderful. Okay, there was a blog I wanted us to read if we had time, but we are 1 minute up already. And I would like to thank you, all of you. And if you have a question, I would like to thank all of you. If you have a question, I would like to answer that. If you have anything to say or if you have anything to ask, please go ahead. Feel free to do so. And thanks a lot to everyone who joined. It's the end of the week and it's an evening. It's the sunset so early and it's the end of a whole working day. I can truly completely understand how exhausted many of you, most of you must be. So my heartfelt appreciation to all those of you who are here and you made the effort of joining this session. Thank you so much. If there's any question, I'm here. But if you don't have any questions, you're fine. You can leave. Thank you so much. Have a good night.